everybody. Happy Monday. It's even if the sun is technically shining, we have liquid sunshine where I am, and I'm celebrating the rain. I call the rain the liquid sunshine. But first of all, let me say I honor the God in myself as I honor the God in everyone today. Love and light, everybody. Woo, 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 woo. I don't know about y'all, but I feel light in the feathers today. And, it's like this new stuff going on. So let me just show everybody some love that's on the panel today. Welcome, 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 Lady Dancing Sun, to the panel. We're so happy to have you and that you accepted our invitation to join us on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. I have you all 3 days. Yay, yay, yay. Girl, we're going to do a lot of planning because, when me and you get together, boys, the magical stuff happens. So on top of the magic already that's going on with Batar and Violet Hawk and Marlon, Darling Marlon, that's his new name. So y'all just get used to it. Darling Marlon. And yes, my sweetie says, all right to call you Darling
He didn't show up,
Marlon.
so I'm not gonna wait,
Oh, now see, you're gonna make me go down there and get mine now, but I'm gonna let you sport. So look, as a matter of fact, Marlon, we're gonna add the cartoon. We're doing these cartoon things with the station wagon. So we're gonna make sure your face is on there with them glasses on in that station wagon somewhere, okay? All right, all right, all right. Welcome, all you guys that's over on my platform. Today, I want to honor the God in you all as I honor the God in myself. It's so good, and I'm so happy to see everyone. And I am just elated about where we're headed and what we're doing because I've made I don't know about everybody else, but ever since this metaphysical Bible study has been going on, right? What I can say is there's a renewed and new energy, renewing of the minds. There's that old stuff that passed away, and I'm excited. There's some kind of atmosphere in the atmosphere where the agenda is moving forward, whether anybody wanna go or not. You're moving, and nobody's dragging nobody with them because we're not doing that. It's free will. I had a interesting email or comment, and me and a young lady, we got to see eye to eye, and this is what this is about. This is not about coming and winning and getting everything and beating somebody down because they don't think quite like we do, or they don't think like we do. It's nothing. We have free will to accept each other as we are. Our whole being. And the difference with me about the whole thing is I'm only talking to your spirit. I'm not dealing with your flesh. So therefore, it's a whole new conversation. Metaphysically speaking, that we are beyond all the stuff. So this week's word is forgiveness and unforgiveness, and what that do to one's spirit. Because the SOS is this: the science of self. That's what SOS means. So we're going to talk about the science of self today because, you know, with everything else, it's got an ingredients to it, right? And you got to have some ingredients when you are dealing with the science of self, or you dealing with the science of the spirit. And self is talking about the physical side of self. And here we're talking about the spirit side of self. And they both can affect our judgment one way or the other, because these are some powerful words here when you're talking about the science of it. And we have been somewhere most of the time, this right here, because I want to start with the unforgiveness and how we mute and transform into once we let that go, then we can experience forgiveness from ourselves first and then move on. And because a lot of times we have dealt with this, Lady Dancing Sun, in our fourth step, right? And when we have dealt with this, we started looking at how unforgiveness can erode our spirit. Can you help me engage with me about what you're thinking about the subject matter today?
Oh, yeah. Because it's been the journey.
Yeah.
It's been the journey. And we can tap into what that looks like in all the different systems, really. But with the unforgiveness, where we start at when we come into this world, right?
Right.
With all the trauma,
right,
the drama,
right,
and the ish, it brings up opportunities for us to either choose to forgive or not. And most of us in the flesh are in the unforgiveness, the not mode. And what the 12 steps, the fourth step does for us is give us an opportunity to reflect, do the self-reflection, the science of self, on those experiences that we've had that have produced that unforgiveness, and to look at it and what's the benefit. You know, is the unforgiveness and holding on to it helping us along the journey? And not so much, right? That whole walk from unforgiveness into forgiveness, that's the quote unquote, to me, the salvation of the soul. If we want to just jump right in.
Yeah.
Right. That's the salvation of the soul. And the salvation of the soul is what Yeshua, right, came to show us. It's a process. It's a journey. And we go through.
Yeah.
We go through all the ish, all the isms, all the schisms, all the oppression, all the depression, all the abuse, all the misuse, all the sexual misconduct, all the lying, the deceit, all the ish of the world. We go through it and we begin to build up that unforgiveness because we don't know how to forgive. But the longer we keep coming back to face it, to look at it, and to deal with the science of self, the more opportunity we have to be free and to move, to transmute into the forgiveness, which is the experience of Yeshua as quote unquote Savior.
That's
and then
it.
I'm gonna yield right there because I know I didn't open up a big fat can of worms.
Oh no, girl, that can was already open when we said the word. Okay, so let's back that train up just a bit so they can digest, you know, and do a reflection while we gonna roll back a minute and we're gonna start out with this song so that we can set the tone because this is gonna bring up a lot of stuff for people even after we get off this call tonight. You people gonna start thinking, dog, I didn't forgive my mama, I didn't forgive my daddy, I didn't forgive the person that molested me, or the person that raped me, or the person that hurt me. Or, this is gonna bring it up because that is the key to be able to be free. Now, while we doing that, Marlon, if you don't mind, I'm gonna attempt to do this myself because I'm gonna be a big girl today. I'm gonna put my big girl. Let me see. Ah, let's see.
Trying to play this song?
Yeah. I'm pulling it. I'm pulling. You got it. All right, then you go ahead and roll with it then, and I'll come back with something else that I need to present and see if that'll work. If you would please. And it's the first song. Now I want y'all to listen to this.
The fair use disclaimer. Copyright to the music section. 107, United States. Copyright.
I've been down on the streets, trying to find what love to me. But when you came, I saw the sign. You turned my water into wine. I've been hurt, but still I dream of a love that's pure and clean. You held my heart and made me see best in you is the best in me. Every step we find our soul. Two hearts learning to be strong above the pain. Through the fire, through the rain, carrying home under soulful sky. Love is the reason. Together we rise. Yes, I see the truth. Like a mirror from my youth. You're the calm inside the storm. When my weary soul feels warm. Every night you call my name, and the world don't feel the same. With your love, I can't disguise peace I feel inside your eyes. Can't you feel the fire burning? It's the sound of hearts returning. Love so strong, it never dies. We'll keep on moving side by side. Together we rise. No mountain too high. Just the wind beneath the sky. Every heartbeat testify. Forever in love. Together we rise. Together we rise.
Ashe, Ashe. Now, Marlon, if you would you please pull up the picture of the brain? And well, first you're gonna play the Men in Black at the 440 side of things. Started at the 440.
Okay, what are you trying to say? To prevent struggle. To prevent war. War. That's his word. Bed. Belt. Orion's belt.
Okay. Freeze it right there. We good? Okay. Now, there was a lot to be said. Now, bring up the picture of the brain for me, please. All right. And Marlon, if you could pull the, there we go. Now, we want to make sure that you knew the people that's new coming on this platform, that's still in the old world over there. We're going to transition you into reality here, okay? So what you're looking at, the middle picture, up at the top, in the middle at the top, you see the brain, the picture right up under the word, the brain. Inside the brain is the same entity that you just saw on Men in Black. A lot of you just, when you watch this, you didn't probably pay that no mind, right? But they was telling you in the inside of your brain is this little entity. The entity was there before you formed into the flesh. Now that sounds a little suspect because you done heard that before, but kind of not the way that you probably going to hear it today as it relates to you and me and all of us. Because if you're walking around here, you got a brain. And everybody got this entity that sits inside the brain called your God seed. So if you was beautifully and wonderfully made and you're a gift from heaven, then where is heaven? Heaven is within your mother's womb because that's where you came from. Your mother and your father made you. There was nobody in the bed with your mom and daddy when they was in the physical making us. Okay? So let's just get that out of the way first. A woman didn't come from a man's rib. There's no possible natural way that a woman or anybody could come from a man's rib. Now, Now that we got that all out of the way, heaven and God is within all of us. Heaven sits with the women because we the ones that have the womb. That's where heaven is. You're a gift from heaven. I'm a gift from heaven. So we came from the heavens, mean we came from the woman's womb. Now, this entity is the same entity that is sitting inside of your brain here that we call our God seed. So now you don't have to be pointing up in the sky. You don't have to just generally say that God lives in me, but you can't never tell nobody where exactly God is. Most people say everywhere and in the sky, and, you know. And if they say it's in me, they can't tell me exactly where. So they're just regurgitating what they've been told to say, right? So if you see this picture for what it is from your spiritual eye, because you're not going to be able to do it from your physical eye. These two eyes right here are deceitful. But if you start to go in and see it from your first eye, not your third, your pineal gland, then you can see what I'm talking about. So you see them two, you see right here, there's two eyes there, right there. And then you'll see a little cap above the eye. And I'm talking about this top picture here. And Marlon, if you could blow it up for me, that would be helpful. But if you can't, then we'll deal with it the way it is. You will also see the stomach. And then there are two wings. There are wings on each side of the stomach in the back. And if you see the stomach, you come on down, you see two legs and the feet sitting on a seat with the hands kind of dug into the seat itself. But that's your God seat. That's your God. Been waiting there, been there all the time for you. The song that say, he been there all the time. Well, your God has been there all the time, waiting to give you instructions about how to run your life. But most of us have ran our lives by the physical, the mental, the material world. That's what we've known. Well, here we've transitioned from that. We've transitioned from saying that God is a he. We've transitioned from Jesus come to save us, and Jesus died on the cross for our sins and all of that. That ain't happening over here. We can't keep passing that story down because we won't evolve if we keep passing that story on to the next generations. And I'm here to tell the next 7 generations that the truth. So they don't have to work through the programming. And if you look down at the middle picture, down at the right up under there, you can see the Spirit of God sitting there on the cross. Look like it's doing one of these numbers. Come on. You know, get on that one leg and do one of them numbers. But you can see clearly the Spirit of God on that cross right there. And it's transmitting information, the power source of all things that come from that divinity side of yourself. The blue and the red wires are transmitting the power of God through your body every day. You have a living God inside of you, and that's your living God. And if you look to the right, down at the bottom, slightly almost to the bottom, you will see that little circle of Willis there. That's stick man. That's what I call stick man. But that's just to put a name on it. So it's no, you got two eyes, got arm and leg, got ears, and got antennas. So this is all going on in the side of your brain. Problem is, you got to get past the brain to get to it. So the brain has been blocking it. And the brain has been programmed to keep you shut out of your God seat and your divinity and getting access to the power of God. So go and Google you a picture of the brain and you'll see it right there. So we want to get, and so now we're going to talk about the unforgiveness that's programmed, that is keeping, there's a sum of what's keeping most people from their divinity. And that's why we're going to talk about the unforgiveness, because it's going to block you from having access to your God seat, because God is a forgiving God. On the spot. So, Marlon, if you would, you can take that down for me. Thank you so much. So we're going to be changing the game a little bit. And what I mean by game changers is that you have the power to change everything that has been abomination to you and your spirit, and keeping you from enjoying the fruits of the spirit, the fruit of God, as God, walking as a God, manifesting as God, being as God. What you think about that, Lady Dancing Son? And please, Fatah and Bridget and Marlon, please engage with me, and so that we can have a well-rounded conversation from all perspectives, so that we can walk away with the different perspective, but still one mind, one body, and one spirit talking. Ashe? So we're going to start with the unforgiveness and what that brings, doesn't bring to our divinity. So what are some of the things that unforgiveness have caused us? Anybody can want to jump in anytime you would like.
If I may, was just reflecting on that this AM after last night's session with you all, with you, with Brother Marlon, and the, what are they called?
The
sheepdogs.
Yeah,
yeah. the whole family. When we began to touch on that unforgiveness that was sitting in the midst of their issue, it actually caused me to reflect on some unforgiveness that I had been holding on to, that I thought I'd let go of in the fourth and fifth step.
Oh, wow.
What? And you know, it'll keep coming up.
Yeah.
Until you're totally healed of each and every one,
because
it multiplies. But unforgiveness caused me to harden my heart and to not receive the love that was there in front of my face being offered to me, because I was harboring resentment and unforgiveness for the love that I didn't receive. So I was looking at the love that I wasn't getting and the support that I wasn't getting, and I wasn't able to receive the love and support that was being offered at the same time. And I took a trip, Empress. I'm not trying to be too wordy.
No, look, we got 2 hours.
You know my upbringing.
Yes, I
It
do.
was very abusive on multiple levels and within the family, and there was no one there to love and to help the way I thought love and help should be offered to me, which was to take me out of that abusive situation.
Mm-hmm.
Someone on the outside of me to take me out of it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
Never knowing that God on the inside of me was carrying me through it, right? And so I had a death in the family that caused me to go back home, which I had vowed never to do, to go back home because there was no love there. There was no joy. It was just all bad memories. But I felt compelled to go back. And compelled meaning drawn, divinely ordered. And when I went, all the love and the joy and the family and just the relationships that were there that I missed growing up just melted all the unforgiveness that I had. And yeah. I mean, it brought me to tears. It brought me to my knees. And it makes me want to go back again and again and again. And what happened, there was another death in the family 3 weeks later. So I will be taking a journey back home again for these deaths that are bringing life to my spirit and giving me the opportunity to heal and to come out of some of that hard-heartedness. I was shut down. And that's what unforgiveness will do. It'll shut you down. It'll close your heart, and it will not allow your divinity to flow, your love to flow to you, and your love to flow through you. Mm-hmm. With that, I yield, Mom.
Okay. Bridget.
Yes, Shay, I can relate to Lady Dancing and a lot of things that happened my upbringing. And the unforgiveness for me had turned into unforgiveness of self because some of the things that you feel like you blame yourself, and it's constant. Stunning my spiritual growth and my connection with myself, to God. And once I took the 12 steps and I began to release all that and let go of all that and give myself and to others, I got a better connection with God, my God self. And
I say, Patal.
All right. I give them a lot of feedback and overlap and delayed audio. However, the unforgiveness, I mean, it messes up the heart. When that energy cannot flow completely through that heart chakra, it gets stagnated there. And when it gets stagnated, that means other organs and things of your body are not receiving what they need to receive. And you can find yourself talking to a medical doctor or somewhat, and you get diagnosed with something you didn't even never heard of. And you really wonder, where did that come from? And it be actually comes from what you holding in, what you haven't released. And your heart chakra it wasn't functioning the way it needed to, so it went to another area of your body. And next thing you got this, then you got that, and it's all stemming from the restriction of that life force energy. So I experienced that. I'm not going into detail, but I experienced that. And once I released it, it seemed like all of a sudden they didn't know what they was talking about. Because most of them don't, they have their pattern that they have to diagnose. They don't know what's really going on inside you. They're not asking those type of questions and stuff like that. So they're going to diagnose as a symptom that they don't get to the root of the cause. And once you go within yourself and you start examining yourself and you start releasing, somehow or another, miraculously, it disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
And you come to realize I pretty much brought that on myself by not releasing, by not allowing that energy to flow the way it needs to be flowing, not holding on to things that no longer serve me, things that were out of my control. And I'm holding on to it and holding on to it. It just causes that blockage. You know, that's one that's one thing. Unforgiveness be a result of unforgiveness. I say I yield.
Do you know you just probably solved, if you could mute for me, you probably have solved probably 80% of the world's health problem. Because it just erodes into other things. When we don't, high blood pressure, heart problems, and anxiety, sleepless nights, and all. And so let's look at the metaphysical meaning of unforgiveness. Let's see. It. Share screen and share my window. Pull this up first. There we go. All right. Here we go, Marlon.
You got this.
I got it, Donna. I know I do. All right. So I'm going to, y'all cheer me on while I be a big girl now.
All right, then. We're right here.
All right.
Bridget said, we got this.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm looking at it now too.
All right.
Metaphysical meaning of unforgiveness. This is deep.
Go ahead and read it while I pull up our slide on it, okay?
Okay. Metaphysically speaking, in a metaphysical context, unforgiveness is a spiritual poison that traps a person in the past by keeping the wound of an offense alive, leading to a cycle of bitterness, resentment, and spiritual stagnation. It creates a barrier between you and divine harmony, hindering your spiritual growth and ability to receive blessings. Rather than releasing the offender, unforgiveness imprisons the person who holds it. And I'm reading from an AI overview.
Thank you. Because that's what I was going to be reading from as well, plus the metaphysical dictionary. And I've got my actual slides. Well, I had them in I don't know how to pull up my PowerPoint yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read what it said from the Unity Bible, minus a few words. I pulled up the unforgiveness. I pulled up the forgive. So let me do this. I'm gonna Bring it to the stage. Let me go back to it. Okay. Did I do it right? Can you see it?
We can see it.
Y'all come on. Give me some kudos. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. All right. All right, here we go. We're talking about in the nature of grace and being. When our consciousness expresses from its true nature, grace is the experience. But when it expresses from some other state, such as unforgiveness, now we got a big problem. Because at the end of the day, when you talk about forgiveness, you have grace and mercy at the top of the, remember the chart that we have, Lady Dancing Sun? Y'all see you can see my tab, right?
Yes.
Okay. You remember the I.E. chart? And it's got at the top, it has the I.E.s, and then it has the understanding, right? And then you have
the tree of life.
Yes, you have understanding on one side, and then on the other side you have mercy, right? And that equals also grace. In other words, such that. So those are the higher consciousness. When we practice, when we don't practice forgiveness, and we harbor this unforgiveness, we shut ourselves off from the sunlight of the spirit. Because the spirit sits high within our divinity. And when we don't exercise forgiveness, it erodes us at the top and it causes us to fall from grace. And I'm gonna stop sharing my screen off of that one, because we have to recognize that we can no longer afford to harbor unforgiveness in our life, because it affects our health and it affects our spirit. And what I mean by that, the fruits of the spirit, it shut us out. We can't even think about anything else, moving beyond that and taking that with us into something that we want in our lives to be blissful, but we got unforgiveness in our heart. And so I'm always stopping right where I'm at. And if I'm feeling that it's heavy on me. And it'll do it real quick. Sometimes it's slowly for some people, but for me, it's like a quickness that I gotta hurry up and relieve the bondage from myself. Relieve me from the bondage of self, that I may better serve and do the will of the God within myself. And when I don't do that, and I'm harboring, and people say, "Oh, they getting over on you," and because I don't fight about anything, because there's no need to fight about nothing. You being on your side of the street, and if you bring your dirt on my side of the street, I'm going to sweep it right back over there, because I'm not going to deal with nobody's dirt or the stuff that they do to me. And so I used to get fussed at a lot by people that really cared about me. And you just let people run all over you. No, I don't. I just don't participate and engage. I just let them be where they at. Because I could think of better things to do with my energy than to get into it with someone, and then I still got to clean up my side of the street, because if I get into it with somebody, I can't blame, well, they made me, because that's what most people do. I got a right to hold on to whatever they did to me because they said this, and I'm not going to, because I've tried that too, y'all. It's called justification of not forgiving. And I swear it ate me up. I didn't feel right. I couldn't be free, particularly childhood stuff. And a lot of times we harbor childhood stuff and we bring it into our adult life and we never get rid of it. And like Lady Dancing Son said, what do? We thought we got rid of it. But honestly, what I've learned about it is that when it crops up, it gives us instructions. I've been given instruction. It's worked for 30 years of my walk in this lifetime in regards to my divinity. Is that when it crops up, I go find somebody to help. Or I'm gonna find something I need to get done, clean out my closet, wash the dishes, do something productive with the energy until it gets in its proper place. And so I'll be meditating while I'm processing, why is this back up in my life again? And a lot of times, Lady Dancer Son, if I may say this, it's not the fact that I didn't forgive when I said I forgive. And Marlon, if you could take me out of the spotlight for a minute, so that I can see my panel. It's not necessarily that you didn't deal with it. It's just a way of perfecting you to see how far you have come from that space in your life. Okay. And that you truly let it go. And you have because it still crops up in my life about what happened to me in my childhood, particularly with my mother, or the woman that raised me, right? And when it comes up, it's just a measurement to say, you know what, I have truly have been exercising this, and I'm choosing to continue to exercise. It's a check-in and a checkup for you, baby. And it shows you how much you've grown from it. And the story that I always remember, the story about when pain shows up, when unforgiveness shows up the same way, when it comes by and it wrecks your life, it used to, but you decided that one day I'm going to take control of the pain. I'm going to take control of the forgiveness. So when next time it comes by, I got a little corner in the house and a chair and a coffee cup. And that's as far as it can come, and I acknowledge it. A lot of times when we don't acknowledge the pain, it will hound us until we acknowledge it. Okay, we be trying to suppress it and being justified to hold on to the unforgiveness. and then it weighs us down, and then it has havoc in our life. It takes over our divinity, and it puts us right back into the physical aspect of ourselves and how we deal with things that we should be dealing with it from a spiritual aspect. It causes us to go physical, right? And physical always end up being drugs, sex, shopping, and all the stuff that it brings. But that's just the name of a few. But when we then embrace the very thing that's causing us to harbor the resentment and harbor the unforgiveness, what happens is when we do it from a spiritual aspect, then what happens is when it comes by to visit, y'all hear me? When it comes by to visit, you say, I got you a little place, come on in. I got a little spot over for you. You want a cup of tea, or you want a glass of wine, or you want me to pour you a shot? Do you need a cigarette? Do you need whatever it is that you need? I'm going to acknowledge you, and I'm going to decide where you go in the house, how long you stay, and that is how you take control of your pain and your unforgiveness, that you embrace that is holding you hostage from your divinity, and embrace it. And I guarantee that it will respect you. It will behave, because you taking control of the situation and you're not letting it roam through the house. And I mean, roaming through the house is your body, the inside of your body, and causing havoc in your house and tearing it up and keeping you in a warlike mode. And you have the isms, and ism mean I, self, and me. I got the ism. And then I'm harboring all of this resentment and misunderstanding, and I miss all the fruits of it. But when I embrace it, it's a little bit kinder for me. And it's a little bit lighter for me. And if I keep acknowledging it, come on in and sit over there, and I'm going to sit with you. And I need to be washing my dishes, and I'm going to tell you the rules of engagement. You only going to get 20 minutes or 30 minutes of my time to let me hear what you have to say. And I know that we have been together for a long time. And this is different. But this is the new us. And you're speaking to it as though I'm looking at Lady Dancer's son, or looking at Bridget, or looking at Cynthia, or looking at Lavonia, or whoever it is. If I'm looking at you and I'm saying this to you, then couldn't you visualize yourself saying this to it and speaking to it, because it is alive in your life? Shoot. Go on, Lady Dancer. Go on, girl.
Girl, you are dropping some nuggets.
Oh,
Oh my God.
I ain't playing, because I know my pain about it. And I'm sharing how the lesson of pain from it is that you can't oppress it and suppress it, that you embrace it when it shows up, because all it wants you to do is acknowledge it and have it. You know, like they say, children really want you to discipline them, right? And so that they can walk right, talk right, and whatever. Because if you leave the children to itself, or leave this pain and this unforgiveness to itself, it's going to erode and it's going to crush you. It's going to interrupt your divinity and block you from it. So if you take hold of it, take control of it, and it'll bend and it will do what you want it to do, because now you're coming from your God seat. And God can control everything from up high. And what's up high is your divinity, and it controls everything under it and around it. And everything has its place. And when we start to roam and allow it to roam in our lives, it will kill us and make us sick if it don't kill us. People have had heart attacks because they've held on to their pain, and the heart can't take it. Is it easier to hold on to it, or is it better and easier to let go and take control of it? And it sits there in that corner and it sips its tea, and I offer it, a little biscuit or whatever it likes. I give it to it. It want me to go take a bath. Well, come on, let's go take a bath. It's in the tub and have a conversation. Oh, you want to help me wash dishes while we having the conversation? Then come on, let's go wash the dishes up. Because I'm doing something with it that's positive, because by the time I get through visiting with it and I look around, my kitchen is clean. My butt is clean. I'm dressed. And I'm straight. So then now I've got something now to measure better than me holding on to it. And my house is still in a uproar because my energy ain't right. And I don't want to wash no dishes. I don't want to go take no bath. I don't want to do nothing with it. And I'm just wrestling with it, but ain't nothing getting done with my energy about it. The energy has a value to it, y'all. It has an intrinsic value that can be redeposited back to me in a positive way if I deal with it the right way. Y'all give me some kudos on that one.
Ashe.
Ashe, 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 mother.
Ashe,
Ashe.
Now,
Ashe.
Ashe.
now when we overstand the process of embracing the pain, embracing the unforgiveness, so that we can transform and transmute the power from it to transform and transmute it to forgiveness. That's the process. That's the process. And then after a while, when it comes by, it may come by and stand in the door. Don't even go no further. Oh no, just drop by to say, hey, I don't want anything. Come on, y'all can use your imagination to heal yourself. That's what the imagination is for. It's a higher realm of your spirit self, a tool that you can use, your imagination, to initiate the desired outcome. I go now. Let me drop the mic on that one too. And then it will don't come by as often. As you said, Lady Dancing Son. It drops by the now and then, and you find out that it's all right. It don't really need the attention that it needed, in the beginning, because all it was trying to do was tell you, if you give me some attention, embrace me, and acknowledge me, I promise you I can get better. And then we can have a better relationship about the situation that I came here for you to address from your God seat. Because if you don't address it from a God seat, then you ain't addressing it. You just kicking the can down the road. And then one day it'll come by and you hear a horn blown. Now you got a car full of folks in the station wagon, leaning. Where there's sunroof up, gasoline, with the shades on. You got a car full of other folks that he done found to entertain them. A whole set of, yeah, Marlon, there you go. A whole set of people, and it just come by with the 20s on, with the music bumping. Baba, Baba, you come to the door. Hey, hey, I just come by, don't want to come in, but I'm just saying, because I was in the neighborhood, me and my friends, we just want to come by and say, hey, ain't nothing going on. And I'm getting ready to leave and go to Panama City. Or I'm going to London, and I don't think I'm coming back. I might call you just to say, hey, but I don't think I'm coming back. I'm all right now. You see, I just gave you the keys to how you can now deal with your unforgiveness. And with that, I'm going to open up the mics and let's have a round table discussion about that part, because once you get past not forgiving people to forgiveness, this right here opens up the heavens and keep them open as long as you practice this right here before you practice this. Because if you practice this first, this gonna be a process before you get there. And why not just skip this whole process and just go right there, just go past the jail and go right there and let that be it. That be the first thing you do and not the second. And that is the process of unforgiveness to forgiveness. Which one will you choose first will determine how long you be in it. And I yield.
Child. Does anybody want to chime in? Wow. You have to unmute the time.
That was beautiful.
I just want to give gratitude to you, Big Mama. That was
I want to say gratitude, Big.
Y'all have to call in on Zoom.
They have to call in, they'll call in, on the number.
I'll put it in the chat.
I am failures through the challenges and the unknown. You will always
We can't hear anything, Mama.
I cannot hear anything. Really?
And here I am in the laundry, doing laundry.
So you were actually in not the answer, but you was in the meditation, for lack of a better word, you in the solution.
Yes, ma'am.
Not staying in the problem.
Yes.
And that's what you decided to do, because a lot of people don't get past being in the solution. They're familiar with it. Let me say this too, while you here, I brought something else up that when you come into the presence of the face of the unforgiveness, and when you decide, most people decide that pain, they're more familiar with the pain and they would rather stay with what's familiar to them.
Yes, ma'am, and that's how my son, and I can see that in him. And he said, you know, what all his grew. And so I thought that's where that was coming from.
Right.
He hasn't forgiven it. And in order for him to move forward, that's what he's gonna have to do. And I can't wait to let him listen to this metaphysical Bible study for today, because this should be able to touch him just where he needs to be touched. So, I'm just grateful for you, Mother, and for the clan mothers, and just my ability to be able to forgive, because to me that helped me history past a lot of things and allowed my breakthrough to come through. So I'm in gratitude every day, and do all day long.
L-Y-do-do. Now here's really, because you brought up, when you talked about your son, of course, I thought about my daughter the same way, and my son. But the one thing I told my children, I said, first of all, I live every day like I have changed my life, and I'm not doing the things to hurt you anymore for the past 30 something years of my walk in my divinity, that we will never let our children make us feel bad about our past, particularly when we have made our amends. And a lot of times our amends ain't about that word, that S word. First of all, they'll never say I am SORRY, because whatever follows I am, that's what you are. And you are not SORRY. I apologize, and making amends, everyone, is about living amends. Okay? Every day that you don't do the thing that you done to hurt somebody, you are living it, because now you got they have a tangible view of you not doing the things that you done to hurt them, the same way that you have to let go of what your mama or parents or whoever did to you when you were small. Because see, hurt people hurt people. Did y'all hear me? Unhealed hurt and unforgiveness, those are the people that got it. They're passing it on. So I don't, the other thing that I take into consideration, when somebody offends me, the first thing I say to myself, it's not me. They're hurting about something else. And a lot of times,
today too, coming to him, I know that he was hurting still from what he's been through. So therefore, I know that it was in me. So I just drove off. I'm going to do laundry. And I called him, I let him know if if he needs some help or whatever you gotta get done, just let me know.
That's right. And you leave them with their own process, because I'm not gonna let them keep dumping their unforgiveness or what about me. I'm not gonna allow y'all shouldn't either. Don't let your children keep dumping unforgiveness on you. You have a right to say, or anybody, not just children, anybody. They don't have a right to keep dumping it on you.
Okay.
You give it back to them.
Okay.
And you love them in their pain and you nurture them, but don't let them use you or use it to manipulate you.
And
Now,
Thank you so much for calling in.
Gratitude. Unforgiveness of you to keep you in prison with it. Or blackmail you with it. Or make you feel bad. Go ahead, Marlon.
Get a new caller. Let me give them a call.
Okay.
Hang on 1 second.
All right.
Call B up. See what's on B's mind. B's busy with what's on her mind.
Okay.
Go right ahead and I'll get her on the phone.
All right. So don't let people take you hostage about your past issues with them. You have to allow them to be and they get their own process. When my daughter calls and she be doing stuff, and they don't never, I already told my children, I got with everybody. I'm not that one back in the day that did the things that I did. We all have done things that we're not proud of. Okay? Ain't no blueprint for being a mama and a daddy. We just trial and error, right? But what I'm saying to you is don't allow people to take you hostage and make you feel bad about something you've already dealt with, because a lot of times my life is telling them my apologies because I'm not doing the things that I did to them back then. Now, I'm not that one. I'm not the same mama. I didn't know no better, because if we know better, we do better. And that's what we change courses with our grandchildren. Because now we are better understanding parenthood, or not parenthood, but guardianship a little better now.
Empress.
All right.
Not to interrupt you, I've got Empress B on the line.
All right.
Empress, tell everybody hi.
Love and light, family.
Love and light.
Yeah, we can hear you. Top 5. You go right ahead. We got you.
Love and light.
Okay. Love and light. So Empress, I want to give gratitude to you for explaining, and I want to piggyback off of what Lady Dancer said. You gave a how-to on the forgiveness to unforgiveness. And in the past, I'm not saying I haven't learned the art of forgiving, but you explain, because I've learned it through trial and error. I promise you, I listen to others, like podcasts or shorts and things on Facebook, but mine was learned through trial and error. In the past, you would ask, I would ask, well, people would say they'll teach something. And then, but they say, well, just listen to what I say, or they'll say, listen to your higher self, or let spirit tell you. But what you did today, you gave an analogy that was outstanding. And you gave it to where you actually gave a how-to. Sometimes we can listen to our higher selves, but that does not mean that we know how to follow what the spirit tells us. So I'm filled with chill because of the fact that you actually gave how to do it. And that analogy that you gave, I think, will help me and others explain to others how to get from unforgiveness to forgiveness, because I know quite a few people in my life, even in my circle, that has a hard time with forgiving. They rather stay stuck in the pain as opposed to going past it. And so I just wanted to say that how great that was. So now that we can put it in our own words, it may not be word from you, but we can put it in our own words of how to explain to others how to forgive in a way that they can grasp a hold of it. And also, when you spoke about the children, my sentiments exactly. I have 4 adult children, and I tell them all the time, first of all, I believe in families, but I tell them all the time that we are each other's keeper. You are each other's keeper. Mama's not going to be here forever. I did the best that I could do when I was coming up. You can no longer use me as a punching bag. So the angst that you have with each other, and so let me comment on that. So when they do start talking about the past, I said, well, you know what? I'm going to talk to you later. When you can talk and we can have a conversation, we'll do that. But I told them 2 or 3 years ago that I was not going to apologize again for what they feel like I wronged them, because I did it for years. Every time they expressed, well, Mama's this and that. We wasn't like other families. We didn't have this and that. And I would tell them, excuse me, I did the best I could with what I had. And I'm no longer that person. What I can offer you now is wisdom and knowledge. And whenever you're ready to accept it, I'm always here to talk. But until you can get on that page where we can have that conversation, where you're opening to wisdom and knowledge, then I'll talk to you later. And I love you, and I hang up the phone. Mm-hmm. And usually a while, they'll come back after maybe even a month or so. But they, it's not to talk about that, but they'll come back in a different frame of mind. Mm-hmm. And so now that you've given this how-to analogy, I can now relay that to them in my own words in the same sense of how to forgive each other. Because I think a lot of it is they all have different personalities. They're still harboring what they thought a family should be growing up, even though they were with me. But now I can help them. And I just wanted to say gratitude for giving that how to. It touched me in a way that now I can explain it and give that wisdom and knowledge to them. I say and I give.
I say it was worth having. It was worth having the discussion today, because this is the very fabric of what the issue is in society, is that they don't know how to forgive. They mouth say it, but their spirit ain't online, because it's just a word. But this word will come back void if you don't put the action behind it. And the action behind it is your God seat.
Yes, ma'am.
You got to deal with it from the very top, and it has to be the first thing to be given instead of the second.
Absolutely.
Now, I want to read you this while I have you. Okay. If y'all don't know that there is the blueprint in the big book called the Alcoholics Anonymous. I told y'all that Bill W., who founded Alcoholics Anonymous, probably 80 years now, because I done lost track, that the blueprint, he went to Kemi and he brought the blueprint back to life through these 12 steps and hid it in Alcoholics Anonymous. If you get the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous and you go to how it works, go there and start to don't read the pre stuff and all that, because you don't need go to the meat of how the blueprint is hid, and go to how it works. You'll see the 12 steps, and then it'll start telling you how to live your life. Why you think I'm so where I am in my spirit? Because I went there and I discovered the blueprint of life is through these 12 steps. So what I did was I critiqued the 12 steps. If you can look all over the world, and there are 12 steps grouped for everything, from sex to shopping, smoking, sex, alcohol, narcotics, Narcotics Anonymous. They got Codependence Anonymous. They probably got Liars Anonymous. But whatever anonymous it is, the anonymous part is the spirit. It is anonymous. Y'all hear me? I discovered that the spirit is anonymous, is private, and is sovereign, is unmolested. You can't molest the spirit. You may slow it down and keep the body from it, but I declare, once you go home and discover what I keep saying, most of these podcasts, that I got the picture of the brain, and I show you God, I show you the men in black, and I have got zero, nobody's retaliated towards me, not even Baptists, Catholics, nobody. Okay. Now, this is what I'm getting ready to read. It says, for us, this is in Narcotics Anonymous. I mean, this is in the book of the Alcoholics Anonymous. Narcotics Anonymous got their how it works too. Everybody got how it works. It says, if we neglect those who are still sick. Now, that's hint, y'all. There is unremitting danger to our own lives and sanity. Though we did not like their symptoms and the way these disturbed us, they, like ourselves, were sick too. And I'm not talking about just a sick, I'm talking about a spiritually sick person. When somebody offends us, we must look at the root of why they're doing or done what they did to us. Now, they had to be absent of their God seat. That's the first thing. They didn't come from the realm of the spirit. You need to know that about people. Because if you know that about them and you know that they're sick spiritually, then would you have a law of allowing them to be that, because you know that's what the problem is? And it won't bring the unforgiveness. It'll bring what? Mercy and compassion and empathy for that person. And you will embrace them right while they're in the wrong with you. Because a lot of times you don't have to, I don't say nothing, y'all. A lot of times people think, well, we didn't know that. Or didn't know you didn't, because I had already forgave on this face. All right. I say.
Ashe.
Empress B, thank you so much for calling.
You're welcome, Martin.
Call back soon, okay?
I will. Gratitude.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Any other callers?
No, not right at the moment.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you one more nugget. See, when you leave here, you ain't gonna have no excuse not to practice forgiveness and make it part of your godhood. Stock in the cabinet. You know how you used to stock up the liquor cabinet, go on and stock up on the spiritual cabinet. Okay? Do the same principle that you did when you stocked up your liquor cabinet. You had all the kind of brands that you could stand up in there. You know you can't drink all that liquor. You done stocked up in there. But I tell you what, you can sure drink up all the spirit you want in your divinity. Now, let me get my little rag here. Bridget, can you bring up for me on your on your screen for me on the other side to bring in your that slide that I just share your screen. Not your not the Truth Seeker screen, but show your other screen for me so that I can see it. All right. There we go. The power behind the stage of what the power behind forgiveness is. Is acceptance. Allowing this is more powerful than y'all will ever help you with. Let me turn this way so you guys can see. The word acceptance and allowing. And when you have these words, this is a spiritual nature. When you are in your forgiveness seat of a higher realm, and when you can accept a person for right where they are and allow them to be where they are at that moment, and just embrace whatever is going on with them, and you see them from your spiritual eye, your spiritual scanner while it's going on, you will always stay and be God alone. And this is important for y'all to get what I just said. And this word right here is spiritual in nature to this forgiveness. Because in the Alcoholics Anonymous book in the old book, it was on page 449. And you can Google page 449 of the Alcoholics Anonymous book, and it's going to tell you this. Acceptance is the key to all our problems. When we are disturbed about anyone or any situation, we can't accept that situation as it is for that time. And when I am complaining about myself or you, then I'm saying that I know better than the God inside of me. And until I can accept that person, place, or situation as it is at this present moment, I can have no peace. And until I do that, I will not have any peace, y'all. And you won't either. I yield on that.
What's that page?
Page 449, acceptance. That is the key to it all when you start here first. These two right here have to be in effect at that very moment that you want to cuss somebody out, and then you walk away mad and you harbor that stuff for years when you could have let it go from the beginning of its inception. Any comment about that? Can you take me off of the and I'll save the slides to tomorrow. Just we're gonna stay with this for right now.
Yeah, Empress, I've got a comment for you.
Okay.
That's just like what we went through last night on the Zoom meeting, with Sheepdog and I. It's all about forgiveness. And the quicker you do it, the better off that you are.
Let me ask you something. How did you feel today? Did you feel different when you got off? And then do you feel different today? And do you feel lighter? What was your process?
You not only feel lighter, but it's a situation that it should have been took care of from the beginning. It's just life. It's just how things go. People need to understand that and always forgive and take yourself forward.
And it's not for that other person. The forgiveness is for us. Agafuru. And that's the word for forgiveness. But it has been a second nature to most of us. when it should have been the first nature. Right? And so, Monica, you expound on a little bit more for us.
I just did the best I could do as far as understanding it, and that's how I've always done since I was a young boy. You learn it on your own pretty well along the way through good things and bad things. You know, part of life.
It is. And it brings healing to the injury. And you don't have to walk around with the wound still open that never heals, and it will not heal correctly. You will not heal correctly until you understand the process of forgiveness, and that forgiveness be the first action to be taken when offended. And then we can stay in our spiritual nature when we can have the ability to scan a person that's offending us to see them differently than what we always have done is see them from an offense. And we defending and being in the survival mode, or allowing the injury to take root as it's happening in real time. And if we can, and our spiritual scanner should be from our God seat and not from the flesh. And not from the world, because that's the world way. The world way is to see it from the flesh in these two eyes, and the way the world think that I'm gonna get you when because you hurt me, and so and you harbor those I call them bankrupt demons. And if you put the word demon on there, you better hurry up and do something about it. That's a motivator. If you put demon behind it, you're like, oh, I know, let me do something there, because I can't deal with them demons. If you did it, if you saw it from that perspective, then you would do this first. Be like, nah, I ain't entertaining that demon. I'm going to entertain the spirit side of this person. And I'm going to exercise the spirit side of mine. And I'm going to see them from the spirit side of themselves, in spite of them being whatever it is, a butt. That I'm still going to see the God in them. And I'm going to honor the God in them. While they're not honoring the God in themselves, I'm going to stand in the gap for them and be in my God's seat and nurture their God self to bring them out into the light of truth about their God seat. And let's change the whole trajectory when that happens. Because when two gods meet together, and when we do that way, y'all, we can resolve conflict, and we don't have to have any war. Because now we have changed the frequency into love. Thank you. Yes.
We've got Gilda on the line.
Oh, Mother Gilda. Bring on up.
Love and light.
Love and light.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
We got.
Thank you, Empress. Gratitude. This is my subject, forgiveness. I've been working on this from the beginning. Like you described, it keeps coming back from time to time. But you have to stay in your God's feet and incorporate it, as you said. I'm going to remember that. I wrote some notes down today. I'm so happy about the word of forgiveness. How to add God aspect to your life.
It says in the 12th step, it says that we had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, and we carry the message to other suffering folks. That's what it says. Okay? So what the 12th step is saying is this is a way of life. This ain't no, I pick it up when I feel like it. Okay? Or when it's convenient for me to put on that face, that your life you ain't living. You're living two lies. You're living a lie, and you're not. In other words, the bottom line is forgiveness should be a way of life. I made it a way of life for me, y'all. I don't get offended about stuff with people anymore. It rolls off. It's a protection where it rolls off of me so it don't even penetrate me because I am sealed in forgiveness, baby. And I'm walking in the power of it. And I will stay there because I know that my power will always rule in the heavens as long as I walk in forgiveness. And that I can see the God in you in spite of what you're doing, that I know it's a God in you that you just ain't practicing right now. And that helped me to not be mad at you about what you do. Oh, look, God Almighty.
Talk about it.
Do you hear me? Because it is a way of life that is so simple. It is a simple process that we don't have to continue harboring pain that's familiar. Because if I came to you, and we might not get to meditation day, that's all right, y'all. Okay. We'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow. Because we're gonna spend what we're gonna do, we're gonna circulate tomorrow, because you know what? This topic right here is the very fabric that has crippled people, all walks of life, even rich people that's got it all, that they still do this and they still bankrupt. And this will bankrupt you spiritually if you don't have this a part of your life. And if I was to come to you right now, and I'm passing a plate and a pain, put the pain in here, put the unforgiveness. How many of you would give it up? How many of you would surrender it? Because right now, I got the basket. Put it in there. Put it in the basket. Let me take it. Put it in here. Get free right now from it.
Right.
Get free from it right now. And when we get done, what's gonna happen is this. Come here, sweetie, because he gonna help me. I'm passing the plate. I ain't passing it for no money. I'm passing it for unforgiveness. Everything that you have held on to, and it comes up. Now you know if it comes to visit. Because if you put it in the trash can, I promise you, if you practice this right here, when you put it in the trash can, it will be all right. And I'm gonna do this. Come on. I'm gonna give it to Osiris, because he takes out the trash, y'all. I don't take the trash out. He won't let me touch it. And I'm certainly he ain't gonna want me to touch all trash and take it out. So we're doing the exercise right now. Give it to us and let us get rid of it for you and give you something in return that can help you along the way to keep walking from it and put it in its proper place. Get rid of it. We can do this better because most people, when you come by to give them the remedy, they would rather hold on to the familiarity of the pain than to give it up. Because that's more familiar to them than this right here. What is the worst thing that can happen if you gave it up? Nothing. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain from this process of elimination of unforgiveness out of your life, and just practice forgiveness on the spot. Right then, on this exception, I forgive you. And walk in it. Because some people just speak it, but they just talk it, not speak it. Because I'm speaking to your spirit right now. Because the world is so full of hate and unforgiveness with each other that we can't come together as a people and love each other instead of hating and unforgiveness and walking. I forgive everybody. I forgive the barristers. I forgive everybody. I forgive the preachers. I forgive this government that has deceived us. I walk in forgiveness, y'all, because I know my power is in that rather than to harbor old, hard anger. What? Anger. You want me to write anger down? Yeah. Osiris want me to write anger down, so I'm going to do that.
So when people walk around,
we can go all.
Come on to the
list things, fifth step work lists.
Look.
And maybe not today, but that's it though. Anger was another one.
Yes, it was.
This was one. Resentment was one.
Go ahead. We go write them down.
One. Sex conduct was one. I mean, all those lists. They all need to go in the garbage through the same process.
Exactly. And you know what I'm doing, Lady Dash? Sometimes I got to do stuff in reverse. You know how I used to put the God picture up at the third step. I put it around between the first and the second now. Because that has to be a foundational. And sometimes things that need to be addressed can't wait to that step, can it? Go ahead. Osiris wanted to say something.
I just wanted to break this sympathitis down the word anger.
Okay.
It's opposite of forgiveness. When people walking around with a hardened heart, it's anger. They have a lot of anger built up with inside of them. Now, when you're dealing with this word here, this is also dealing with your root chakra.
Oh.
And in the spiritual realm, when any unfamiliar spirit come in contact with you, that's how they come in contact with you, because they see the aura of red coming from your body aura. So a lot of times you'll hear voices telling you to do wicked and evil things. That's because they see your aura. Now, when you deal with the word anger, you put a D on anger, what does that say? You see the people.
What now? Can we see the people? Yeah, he wants to see the, yeah. There we go.
When you put a D on anger, what do you get?
I said I'll turn it down a little bit.
Can the people unmute and talk to me?
Danger.
You get danger, right? Now, whenever your car breaks down, what type of light come on? What color is that light to come on when your car is not acting
Red
right?
light.
Red.
Red light.
It's red.
Red light.
Is it a red or yellow?
It's
sometimes?
red.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's yellow, but majority of the time when you see danger or when it's reflecting the word danger, it's red, dealing with the root chakra, because a lot of us, we deal from the root chakra instead of dealing with the crown chakra, the highest self, right? The highest self is from your heart upwards. Everything else, downward. Now, how they keep us trapped in this is that they feed it to you when you go to the restaurant. I don't know, a lot of you, when you go to the restaurant, what color is the restaurants that you go to?
Red.
Red and yellow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keeping you stuck within that root chakra. Not only the restaurants, but those are the colors that's associated with that.
And they cover the heart. They made the heart.
Yeah, they have to make the heart red, and they know that the heart is green, but they'll have you putting it out as red, right? Keeping you in a state of mind. So it's all a part of a program that they're programming you with when they have you stuck in this area right here. Danger. You're hateful, right? When your heart becomes hardened, you won't forgive nobody. You'll keep plotting against that particular person, or if someone else come along and you want somebody else to participate with you, well, you'll whisper to them and you start talking about another person to that person and have them in the same aura or the same energy that you're in. We call that in Islam, we safi sadorianas, that Satan comes and whispers into the heart and the chest of people and he changes the aura or the spirit. Well, people do the same thing. You may not even know that person that they're talking about, and you're already judging them. And when we say that is, you don't judge nobody, right? Maliki Yamadin, Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. You don't judge nobody but yourself. When you stop judging other people, see the wrong within inside yourself. Fix that. Fix your person. And be the change that you want to see. So when you're dealing with it from this perspective, this is the aura or the color that you give off when you're in that negative state and your heart is hard. So when you see a lot of people doing these negative acts, that's because they're dealing from the root chakra. They don't want to deal from the higher self. So when you're able to get into a word, when I say it takes a lot of patience. El saboru, that means the patience. Right? Patience. That's the last attribute of what they call in Islam, is that you got to have patience. And it's called el saberu or el saboru, to have patience with something. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have patience, you're going to be erupted by a whole lot of different stuff that you don't even want to deal with. You got to have the patience. And that's the last attribute that you should always have, is to be patient, be calm, and listen more than you talk. Listen more than you talk. You have two what? And one, shut up. This is how you learn. This is the language of God, is what? Silence. So if a person is arguing with you and you're just sitting there and you're just looking at them, right? And you're not participating within that energy, guess what? That person is going to be real upset and real mad. But you're going to be all right because you didn't participate within that energy. So that silence of a God, that's the language we're supposed to be speaking. Silence. Be patient. Go within, meditate, make sure that yourself is right, and therefore you won't reach that stage here, danger. You won't hold on to things that's trapped within inside you. Now, when she works with the 12 steps sovereignty is basically telling you to get rid of all the garbage that's within inside you. And that's dealing with stuff from your childhood. A lot of people just hold on to it and never released it. You know, the only person that I ever released my energy to, as far as what happened to me in my childhood, is with her, because I trusted with the Empress. She was the only one that I would talk to about it. And when I was able to do that, I was able to release myself to my new energy. Because the universe is waiting for you over here, and you're over here. Because you won't release it. Release it to the universe. And as I say to Empress, take your backpack off. Take that 1,000-pound weight off your back, put it on the ground, let the universe have it. And therefore, you'll be able to move on and you won't get stuck here. Because that's what that is. You're angry about what happened to you through your childhood. You never got to talk about it. You never got to release it, right? And you're stressed out.
But they'll get to do it through the 12 steps.
You'll get to do all of that through the 12 steps of sovereignty with Empress.
And I'm the only one that hear your 4th step.
So
their inventory.
This is the word that I wanted to, have her express to y'all, but I'm gonna wrap it up because I don't want to be long. I know y'all been on here long enough, but that's just what I wanted to share with you guys, is that go back to your childhood. Get rid of all of it. I'm gonna write this word down for forgiveness so we all know what it is, and I'm going to pronounce it so that you can pronounce it right and have that frequency. So when you speak it, it's the real energy that you're supposed to be saying. So I'll erase this danger and all of that off of here, and I'll give you the word for forgiveness. And that way you guys can learn it and know it.
Yes. This is a rare moment that I have him with me, so y'all give it up for Osiris. He's passionate about the subject matter, as y'all can see.
El-Wadudu, Osiris.
El-Wadudu.
Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
There you go.
El-Wadudu.
That's how you spell it.
Thank you.
And you say El Ga For Ru.
El-Gaforu.
That means forgiveness.
I forgive myself.
E-N-E-S.
Can you spell it? Because it's hard to see.
Okay, A-L-G-H-A-F-F.
Forgiveness.
A-A-R-U.
Thank you. Yeah, it just needed to be a little bigger, that's all.
Okay, I'm gonna make
You
it
spelled
big.
it for us.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
I apologize.
El-Gaforu.
Okay, is that big enough?
Yes, thank you.
All right, I'll bring the table up a little bit closer, if that will help you. Oh, all right. Is that good? Al-Gaforu, can y'all see that better?
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. All right, so that's the word for the week that we're going to be dealing with all week. Tomorrow, I want everybody to prepare. You can now. Thank you. As we close for today, I want everybody tomorrow to come prepared to sit in meditation to start your process of getting set to have this in your life forever. And this will be your first nature instead of your second. So we're going to do meditation tomorrow. Bridget and Patal, you all are going to split because I need it from both the masculine and the feminine, balancing the chakras within everybody's body. So they need to hear both sides coming in. You let your meditation be around forgiveness. Your material tomorrow will be only on this subject matter of releasing unforgiveness and implementing in everybody's life. Forgiveness should be the first nature in everybody after that meditation. From tomorrow on, it should be a part of your life. And so I'm gonna charge Bridget and Patal to be prepared tomorrow to help them release their unforgiveness. Okay?
I say it's gonna be done.
All right.
Shay.
Well,
Thank you, Empress.
Marlon,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful word.
Oh, yes. Let me put on a couple of people here right quick.
All right.
We want to thank them for joining us today. And then there's Gay Couch. How you doing, Gay? Okay, here we go.
Come on, y'all. Come on, baby.
Whatever will be, it will be. Won't let the weight of this world bury me. We all wanna play.
You Zoom, you all just hang out with me on Zoom, and I'll be with you shortly. And YouTube. Love you, Lady Dancing Sun. Love you, Lady Dancing Sun. You bring sunshine to my life. Love you, Bridget. Come on, y'all. Love you, Patal. Love you, Marlon. Come on, I'm spreading love, y'all.
Taking troubles and burdens to the sea. Shine your light on the world. Will you walk out on water? Will you breathe on heaven's floor? Will you leave the man up? Or will you leave a man to walk? Only thing beneath your burden, only love can heal the hurt. Let your peace fall on the earth. A beautiful world. Beautiful world.
Yes. I'm free, y'all. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm free. Yeah. I got something to shout about. I'm light as a feather. Yeah. Yes. Beautiful world.
Smile.
Smile, y'all.
Yeah. Smile and laugh.
The beautiful world. Ooh. The beautiful world. Hang out with me on my platform on Zoom, and we will continue to hang out a little bit with you. Thank you, Marlon, for having us. Look, this is having fun, y'all. Marlon, hey, you like the Afro Man?
What's up, man?
Well, Reverend, get paid. How you doing today? Yeah. Hallelujah.
Hey, this is Reverend Pay, y'all. Love you. Yes. Well, they still on Zoom. Let's see. All right, all right. I'm gonna go on my Zoom and see y'all over there. Let's see here. All right, all right.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Off the chain.
Yes.
Bridget, if you could send Lady Dancing Son the link. Hi, sweetie. Bridget just sent you a link. If you'd like to come in and hang out for a few more minutes, she sent you a link for the Zoom.
I'll join. I just got to switch devices. The iPad is down to 16%. I'm going to go see what my laptop is doing, okay?
Okay, sweetheart.
I see you soon.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.
So now we can have a discussion on this side of the fence, and we'll give some folks a few minutes. It is 4:24. We'll hang out until maybe about 15 or 20 minutes. Bridget, do you think that'll be good? You know, just to see my babies. Go ahead, Bridget.
I was just saying yes, give them a thumbs up. That'd be great. 15 minutes.
Okay. All right. Maybe about 15 and Okay, so I don't know, I hear feedback. Maybe I need to go back on my other device. So I won't hear the back. Oh, okay, I don't hear it now. All right. So I would like to, now that I'm on this platform, I want to know, I want to start with Colleen, and then then Vinay, Carbon Star. I want to hear what happened for you today. I want to hear that. Oh, okay. I don't hear it now. All right. So I would like to now. Okay, Colleen.
Empress, I do apologize. I was a little late coming in, about 40 minutes. So I caught it on Facebook Live for Marlon. It sounded like it was powerful, the first part of it, and I do plan on going back to watch it. But my take from a intuitive standpoint is that it helped people to find a level of peace and calm.
Come, you stay right there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, go back and look at it so that you can get the fullness of it, okay?
I absolutely will. I yield.
All right. Carbon Star. I like your background, little lady.
Love and light, everyone.
Love and light.
You love it. I love it too. I'm actually dropping off. Getting ready to drop off jail.
Okay, we'll come back to you then. How about that? Okay. Anyone else want to chime in?
May I?
Yes, ma'am, you can, Miss Ross.
Mhm. I've been moving around. I don't know if y'all noticed, like I was walking around outside, and last week I went through a tower moment with my daughter and her boyfriend, and still kind of angry with them. And so this class here is timely for me. I'm, working on forgiving them, because it's like I've been forgiven and forgiven, but they just don't, they just not getting it. They just keep disrespecting me. And I don't know how to forgive disrespect. I just separate myself from them so I can work this out. And so this is to you all talk about forgiveness. It did help me to get understanding, and what's called
Al-Ghafaru.
Al-Ghafaru.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, I will have to keep repeating that and knowing that I'm putting into my consciousness to do that. But when it's fresh and you angry, that's like far fetched. So I just want to say thank you all for bringing that. I do need to learn how to forgive. We all do, because we want to be forgiven when we're wrong as well. You did. I think about the scripture in the Bible, forgive that you may be forgiven. I'm trying to put all those perspectives in my understanding. That's all I can say. I yield. Thank you.
I say. Tristan.
Love and light, family. Empress, Emperor. All spiritual family, love and light. I just want to share forgiveness moment that I had like 4 years ago. One of the aunts that raised me was very abusive, right? Went through my whole life carrying it. Like 4 years ago, work out there in the parking lot on my lunch break, I got in contact with her. Me and her cried almost a whole hour. Like what was understood didn't have to be explained. And getting that weight up off of me, man, it felt so much better. Now we able to have conversation. We're able to talk. We're supposed to get together so we can talk about our past ancestors and whatnot. But it was just a wonderful moment, man. Like forgiveness, I choose to let it go. I choose to forgive, man. I don't want to hold no grudges. I don't want no hate. I don't want none of that built up on me. Cause I got bigger things that I have to focus on and that cloud my judgment, and I don't want that. And that just right quick, cause I'm at work. They already, but I just wanted to share that, and I yield.
Thank you. You know, most of our childhood trauma came from the people in our very families.
Yeah.
And most of it has been up under the roof of the household that we lived in.
Yes.
And I'm a survivor of a lot. And what I can say about my process when I was in treatment, I it was a rabbi came in to the treatment center to get us prepared for the third step. And first thing he was getting ready to talk about was God. And I said, let me get up. I ain't trying to hear none of that going on. And my counselors asked me could I please just be open-minded, just stay? Could I stuck some jelly beans in my ear? Because I didn't want it. Literally, I stuck jelly beans in my ear. And I honored them to stay to hear what he had to say. And I declared that when he got me, when he was talking about draw, what do you think that our God, what we want our God to look like? And I remember drawing a picture with a woman wearing a red dress with these hands stretched out for her, which symbolizes me. And, you know, my freedom that I got from finding my divinity and understanding that I didn't have to live by nobody else's God. That now I didn't find my divinity where I'm at now. Okay. It took me walking all the way up till the last 10 days. Because what y'all seeing now is kryptonite. Because I've been walking in this for 30, almost 30 years now, right? And but when I got to my fourth step, and like they say tomorrow we're gonna do the meditation. But when I got to my fourth step, y'all, fourth step said we made an inventory of ourselves. And for the first time I had to look at myself from an honest view. And I didn't look at myself by that time, I didn't look at myself from my flesh and my physical essence. I started to look at myself from the spiritual aspect of myself, and that I was able to then forgive myself first. I could not do anything about forgiving nobody else but myself first. And once I forgave myself for all that I had done, because of course I've been with me all the time, and my God has been with me all the time. So my God already knew, because my God was rolling with me in the physical. And all I'm saying to everybody is, when you harbor resentments and unresolved anger and harms, maybe that you done or somebody done to you, and you have a sexual list, because a lot of that comes out in our sexual lives. And we go to take it into other areas of our lives, and now we have tainted our whole life because we're running off of the pain and the unforgiveness. So what I'm saying is for us to think about, as we prepare tomorrow, a new way and a new energy, and put the old energy out of the way now, because it serves you and the body and the spirit no purpose at all, and it would keep you sick, and it would keep you in the flesh, and it'll keep you trapped in that realm where you can't sin and get access to your divinity. And that's why it's important to get rid of it. And we're going to get rid of it as soon as possible, so that you can enter into the 12 steps a little bit lighter, and you're not going to be as heavy and bogged down. Carbon Star?
Okay, can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh. Boy, am I ready. I know I might be, for real, I might be all over the place, but love and light, everyone.
Love and light.
I know I got to watch what I say, but I was dang near in tears. I want to say something else, but I was dang near in tears because of several things. One is where I was to where I am to where I desire to be, and just taking all of that in and remember my God seat. A lot of times, even with, this was, when I say this subject was so on time for me, because I had gotten to a point where I was starting to almost like revert back and look at others. And I had to remember, it ain't about nobody else, Vinay. It ain't, even to the point of, if someone pushes a button, you don't have to allow them to push your button, And so I was talking to the ancestors even this AM, because I've been doing a lot of spiritual work, and I've been doing a lot of working on my heart chakra, like really working on my heart chakra. Because everybody knows that I'm kind of like, it's either black or white. That's how I was. So now everything's not always black and white. Sometimes it is that in between. But I'm definitely at a point with the forgiveness, because I choose to forgive. And it was like that, you spoke it. So it's like you're going through the motions, and you're not really labeling it. You're not really trying to figure it out if this is right or this is wrong, but you just kind of flowing. And then you touched on it, and what you were saying, I was like, God dog it. That's it, because it was almost, it was like a confirmation. Like, you are walking this out right, Vinay, but keep your eyes off of people.
Yeah.
Because you don't control nobody. Do your part in the situation. Are you a part of the solution, or are you a part of the problem?
That's right.
And so my thing was, guess what? When I say I'll be minding my business, I really do. Sometimes people, and just like you were saying, like it'll come back. So a lot of times when it's family and they come like back into your energy grid, you kind of don't have a choice but to kind of deal with it. Like, so are you going to put it over here? Are you going to put it over here? Because then they come back into your energy grid. And so I was like, look at here. I just can't entertain that. I can't entertain that. I was talking to even Lady Dancer son, and I was telling her a lot of stuff. I had shut everybody out. I had to, because I had to work on Vinay. I had to work on Carbon Star. And I had to walk this thing out. And it was lonely because I was by myself, you know, with my God self. But I had no one to reach out to, because it wasn't for everybody. It was for me. It was for me. And so with dealing with, especially when it comes to family and dealing with the unforgiveness, I just have to, I really do. I put in the, I was on the other platform at first. I have to let people do them, be them, but I have to release them to their highest good, because it ain't got nothing to do with me. They stuff, that's their journey. Got my own journey. And when you was talking about light as a feather, I am so excited because now I don't let what people say, what people do, how they look, what they say behind my back, none of that stuff matters. And especially when you know who you are, you know your intentions, you know your own journey. Because one of the things is, if you're honest with yourself, then ain't nothing nobody else can say or do to deter what it is, because you know what it is. And so I was like, so today was just one of those, it was an enlightening moment. Not that I got everything together, so I'm definitely not saying that like, oh, I did all that right. No, heck no, I almost said something else. No, there was them moments where I questioned, am I handling this right? Or do I need to, tell somebody something? But my spirit didn't even really feel that. That was that lower nature man, woman, the divine, trying to come out in a different way. And I was like, nope, because I don't even live there no more. That address has definitely been changed. So, and I'm not getting ready to let nobody make me feel like I still live in that address. Nope. That place has, matter of fact, it ain't even boarded up. It don't even exist anymore. They didn't demolish that place. So I definitely, I don't live there. But the part of unforgiveness was just, that was just beautiful. It was still an aha moment. Like that's it. Now walk in it. And so I'm grateful. I'm so grateful for the both of you all, and just everybody that was even on the panel with the Truth Seekers, because everything someone said I could glean from and I could apply it, because that's the most important thing, is, not just to be a hearer, but to be a doer and to walk that thing out. And I yield. I love y'all. Bye.
Oh, thank you, Carbon Star. I thank you for you really went through that process where we was walking with you. So girl, look, kudos to you. You hear me? That's growth. That's to the finest realm of how the process unfolded in your life. Thank you. And Renee is a graduate of 2023.
2022.
22. Yeah.
22. And I'm still walking them steps out. It's all good.
It's a way of life. I mean, people think after they graduate, it is a way of life.
Right.
All right.
It's a lifestyle.
Miss Shaddai.
Shadia, love and light. I was just so impressed when you impressed with both of y'all, but when you brought the trash can out and was telling everybody to empty it in, and I began to think about in church, they used to pass around. I said, oh, I know she wasn't gonna ask for a collection. But when the collection was collect the garbage and the trash, yeah, I guess a lot out of that. I say we need, like you say, and I know you gave an example of They actually see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like put the trash in the trash where it goes and leave it there. And I appreciate you showing us that. And that was beautiful because they always, like you said, the collection in the church, they always getting the money, but you were getting the trash out today. And I appreciate y'all. Love y'all.
Right. Well, look, when Marlon build our enlightenment center, of course, you know, it's gonna be I
Okay,
think people, let me say this. I think that people miss going to church not because of Jesus, but they miss the fellowship. So
Yes.
if we can take that same concept, right?
Mhm.
First of all, we don't call it the church because the women are the church.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we can't go in a building because we are the building. We are the church, right?
Mhm.
So it's just kind of the same as saying sovereign citizen. We going to church to have church when we the church, right?
That's fair.
So my concept is that we can still have an enlightenment center where I'm the what they call, I'm not gonna call myself them. I'm gonna call myself an ambassador of enlightenment, and that's what we're gonna call ourselves.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
And when people come, and we still gonna have a great time, but we'll have a great time in truth and fellowship in a different way. I want folks to start rewriting some of those great songs and leave out that part,
Right.
that Jesus part,
Mhm.
because that's what messed up a lot of the songs. If they just quit it subliminally, that's what that is.
Yes, ma'am.
Message. Because we got some great gospel music, but they done messed it up by inserting that part in it, and it just messes everything up. So we're gonna be singing some of that and still throwing down, but we're gonna have the right frequency. How about that?
Yes, ma'am.
I say.
Love y'all. I say.
Pata.
All
I
right,
meant to
why
say,
do
hold on one second, Pata. I meant to tell her, and when we pass the plate, we're gonna pass the plate to tell everybody to put all their garbage in the trash, in the plate.
Ma'am, put
And we gonna take it up out of the church, out of the building,
put it in the
and
trash.
we're gonna burn it.
Yes, ma'am.
We ain't gonna call people down to the altar. Somebody, if you done committed sin, you want to dedicate your life back to Christ,
Put it in the
come
trash.
on down, and we're gonna
Put it in
add
the
you
trash.
to the roll of. No, we ain't doing none of that. But we are going to say, for those who want to become an ambassador of enlightenment and understand that you're a God in this building, then
Yes.
let's have church now.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I say.
I say. Oh wow.
Pata.
Do it. Wow. I just have a few so-called catchphrases that I use to kind of keep me somewhat in line, dealing with other people and myself. Again, like, today is the first day of the rest of your life. So we have the opportunity for a new beginning. It don't have to be the way it was in the past. We can change the way we think, and from that point on, move forward. So we don't have to hold this stuff in our heart. We must realize too, just because you say you come through the 12 steps of personal sovereignty, that's not going to eliminate the challenges, but you're supposed to pick up the tools to know how to deal with it. And when you utilize those tools, you minimize the suffering that you'll go through. And as time goes on, you begin to realize, like you say, those you're dealing with, you know, you was those people at one time too. So
Yeah.
you have a certain level of compassion about it, and you don't allow it to, to burden you. And then too, you don't always know what other folks' karma or Ari is. And sometimes, you go and trying to fix them, and you interrupting the lesson, their life lessons they need to learn to grow.
Yes, sir.
So it is about minding your own business in love. It ain't got, I mean, you have to let them do what they have to do. And when they become receptive and ready to receive what you have, you can, they take it. They appreciate it. But to get boggled down because they don't see what you see, you burden yourself. Just understand that, okay, I'm going to be that example. My words and my action, my behavior, it going to match. It going to match. I'm not going to be saying something and then doing something else. You're offering confusion. But your behavior and the words you speak, they should match. And over time, they'll see, because they're always watching. They're never taking their eyes off you. They're going to see if you're practicing what you're preaching or what you're teaching. They're going to notice that. So I say to myself, as soon as you think you're ripe, you begin to rot. When that fruit is ripe on the tree, if you don't pick it, it falls off and it starts rotting. So I always know that I still got room to grow. I still have room to grow. I'm still ripening. I'm still striving towards that. And we all, like I said, we all have members in our family who don't receive what we have to offer, don't understand what we're going through and why we're doing this and that there. But that should still be your motivation to keep on, because every individual gonna become enlightened one way or another, sooner or later.
Yeah.
It's just
Light
that we're
bulb,
taking a
come
chance.
on,
We're gonna
don't it?
do ours now.
Yeah.
And when they're ready, you can share it. They're ready to receive it. So this here Empress and you and Lady Dancer son, I'm telling y'all have been two of the most influential women in my life in the last 7, 8 years. There's another one, my priestess, but it just that combination. And I'm not taking nothing away from none of. I mean, uh, Tracy, Carmen, Star, all y'all contribute. You contribute and you reaffirm. But I mean, it's just like you all was the catalyst for me. You really was the catalyst, and I before then I didn't understand my emotions, you know. But it's all it seemed like when I got in contact with you all, things touch in a totally different way. And I probably cried more than I cried with my mama with my ass, because of 3 switches and all that. I mean, but this is a cry, a tears of joy. This is a tears of grounding, tears that allows my heart chakra to open up and be more compassionate about life itself, you know, and to be more overstanding. Uh, but I just wanted to just share that. Now I'm a yield.
I'm so proud of
Hopefully in
you.
my meditation tomorrow, I'll be able to express a few other things. But I just wanted to let that know. I've been crying for the last 10, 12 days. I'm gonna be honest with you all. A shift has occurred. Uh, the teachings, confirmations, it's galvanizing a lot of the other teachings together and all, and it's like it make all the sense. is making me a better God than I
Shay.
have been. And I appreciate
Shay,
and honor that.
thank you for entrusting us to let us be before you and to help you, to usher you like the women should. This is a prime example of what happens when a man come into the presence of God, that he can come to his higher self as a God. And we become equal and one in the same as gods. And this is what I trust that the men understand that they can't come to their higher self without coming in contact with a God. He can't come to his higher self till he come in contact with a God to take him there to a place, a higher place, a place that no one can be but you sitting there. And you bump right into your God self. Ashe. There was a lady named Kaya. Her hand was up. Kia.
Yes, Empress, gratitude. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Yes, ma'am.
I did miss the bulk of the lesson today, but I was able to hop in on YouTube. I saw that it was live. And I got about maybe 30, 45 minutes of the lesson. So whatever I'm saying, if you've already addressed it, or I apologize if I'm speaking out of turn. But I feel like I'm in an in-between place with forgiveness and unforgiveness, as far as is it possible to over forgive to the point where you forget and you allow the spiritual boundaries that you put up with certain family members, friends, whomever, to fall, and then that becomes a detriment
I'm glad
to
you
your
said
spiritual
that.
health. I feel like because of the work that I've done, I have I'll use my sister as an example. When we were younger, I'm the oldest sister. When you're in a household, things happen between siblings where it feels like as the oldest, you got to assert your dominance. And like you said, when you know better, you do better. At that time, I didn't know better. I would tease my sister. She was a very sensitive soul, spirit. And so I know that affected her. And we had the same friend group. And sometimes we would kind of gang up on her and, tease her or whatever. And it's affected we've always been very close, but I could see how it affected it as I became an adult and really, reflected on my actions and behaviors personally, especially when we did the inventory. She was one of the people that I had on step 4 in my homework.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we don't speak, and that is because I did put up boundaries, because I feel like I have atoned. I've asked for forgiveness. I've redeemed myself. I've forgiven myself. She said that she forgave me, but through her actions and behaviors towards me, it's evident that she hasn't. It's more like she's in a vengeful spirit. Like Carlos says, when you have that anger and combination of unforgiveness, or is associated with unforgiveness, then you continue to plot against that family member. And so for my own sake, I had to remove myself until she gets in a space where she truly does forgive me, and her actions and behaviors reflect that. But also I have 3 sisters, but that's the one I'm closest to. And so it sometimes, just based off of memories and how things used to be, and wanting and craving that, my flesh craving that connection, but my spirit knowing that it's not healthy for me, it's like I forget why those boundaries are up. And then I want to, connect with her again, but I just know it's not right for me right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I want to first of all say to people that forgiveness don't mean that we are doormats or become doormats to people. I want to make that very, very, very clear. Because I wrote this, God is divine order that has boundaries. Because if you don't, you'll become a people pleaser. And that's just as detriment as unforgiveness. And so we have to learn how to love from our God seat, because God is divine order, and God will bring divine order to every and anything that we could ever endure in the physical, right? People tend to think that, particularly when you, I don't know, you might be too young to have done this, but us seasoned folks used to go and rededicate our life to the Lord. You know. And when we did that, we would leave with the intentions on being perfect. I look at all y'all laughing. Y'all unmute your mic if everybody can relate to what I said. And let me turn it
Amen.
in.
Oh yes, Ashe,
Amen.
Ashe,
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Ashe,
Not a doormat.
I say,
Ashe.
They
You
just say
already
leave it to
know.
the altar and leave it there.
And
An
and
hour.
and we're gonna leave and we're gonna be perfect so we won't die and go to hell. So that means we're gonna let everybody slap us around and I ain't gonna cuss them. I'm not gonna punch them out because I'm saved now, sanctified, because I done asked the Lord to forgive me. Now I got to turn the other cheek and let him smack me on the other side. That didn't work too well with me, because I was always at the altar asking the Lord to forgive me after I done said what I needed to say and said some few choice words in my day. That's a false sense of godness, being God, being saved, because that's the furthest we got. Because we to talk about that we was God, we were gonna die and go to hell. Because you done blasphemed God. You know, that craziness. God is order. And divine order is just that. And it has the 42 laws of my art. Because if that's a simple formula that we all can live by, and if I'm not doing it, I'm not gonna let you do it to me, because I have the power to excuse myself. And if you raise your hand to hit me, I'm gonna be God, and I'm gonna be a vengeful one. Because at the end of the day, we don't have to allow people to abuse us just because we have come into our Godship. Because you don't test God. That's what I tell people. Because I'm still in the my God is in its place. But I'm still in the body too. And I balance the two. If I have to deal with you, I'm going to deal with you from my God seat, because if I speak something, I'm saying that whatever you did to me, I'm going to speak it back unto you 10 times fold. And I'm going to keep walking. That's your divine order of things. Ain't nobody done hit nobody with nothing and said nothing about nothing, because the language of God is silence, and in my silence, I'm speaking it back on you. That's the power of God. So once you have made your amends to people, and I'm getting ahead of myself on the steps that give y'all excitement, right? There's a living amends, baby. You know what living amends is? That you don't do it no more. That's when you know that you are really, truly apologetic. Right? And you've been living it because I heard you. You didn't just say it. You know, I realize I erred on my ways because some people do these drive-by, can you forgive me kind of thing, go through the drive-through. Forgive me. I didn't mean to do it. And there ain't no substance behind the words. They just said it so they could feel good about what they done, but they're not truly meaning it, because if they did, they wouldn't be living it. And I ain't mean come back and every day and tell me how you apologize. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how you treat me and your substance and your interaction with me. And the air is clear, and I'm really living my amends to a lot of stuff that I've done. Because if life was fair, I couldn't say I apologize enough. I could not ever do enough for all the stuff that I have done in my endeavors in my walk of life. But one thing I can say, I'm free of it now, because every day that I don't pick up any alcohol, pick up any drugs of no kind. See, that stuff that folks, those funny cigarettes and stuff that people smoke. And I ain't got nothing against people who do all that. I know I can't. And that's the main important thing. And as long as I don't pick up, and that every day I am making an amends, not only to others, but because the first amends that anybody should ever be making and asking for forgiveness is you asking the God within you to forgive you, your physical, for running the show and abandoning the God within myself. That's the first forgiveness that I think everybody should ask for and live it every day. And when you fall short, that don't mean anything, but you just need a little bit more power of substance to help you along the way. This is your freedom, baby. Run for the border. You've done everything that you supposed to do. Now you're free indeed. Fly out of the cage that people will try to keep you in because of their pain that maybe you caused them. And go help somebody else that will embrace your help. That's my suggestion to you. Did that help you?
Ashe, yes, Mom. Continuing to ask for other people's forgiveness, that they're giving you the illusion that they forgave you, is like walking backwards. And that turning point is when, like you said, you finally forgive yourself. And that's when I can run for the border and move forward. So thank you so much.
So always start with yourself first in the matter. I'm telling everybody this. You start with yourself first and live that for a while before you start going to address everybody else that you need to make amends to. Because some amends, you don't need to go and say nothing. You just live it. And they'll see it and they'll go, you know what, girl, don't even worry about it. I'm just glad that you got yourself together. Come here and give me a hug. That has happened 9 times out of 10 for me, if not 10 times out of 10. That when I went back and to my hometown, because I left that place like a tornado would leave something. And didn't know I was taking me with me, and it's going to be another one. So when I went back and I made my amends, a lot of the people that I went back and asked for forgiveness, they had already forgiven me, and they was celebrating the fact that I got my life together. Even the judge that should have locked me up for a long, long time said to me, he said, it seems like you got your life together. Now you talking about somebody was on the run, had warrants, and had a whole bunch of stuff on me when I left my hometown. It wasn't pretty when I left. And I'm saying to everybody, I'm sharing that not for you to put some comment somewhere else. Look at her. I don't give a flying nothing because can't nobody use my past against me because I'm an open book. And I do it for that reason. So nobody won't use it because I already done told you. I ain't got no pretty past. But I tell you one thing, my future is beautiful and my presence is a gift. And I'm happy about the fact that my journey got me where I am right now. And I'm happy, joyous, and free. And so should you be. And it shall be. And it is so. So it is. All right. Empress, come on down.
Love and light family, gratitude, Mama and Osiris. I just want to touch on what you were talking about as far as forgiveness, and I have my own testimony piggybacking off of Pata when he was talking about how it affects your body. And, I was molested at a young age, and I had the mindset of I'd rather give it to you versus you take it. That was the mindset that I had for a while, to the point to where I was a mom at 14. Moving forward, I started having all kind of issues with my feminine areas, my reproductives and my cervix, and I bled for months and months and months and wasn't even on a period. And go to the doctor only for them to tell me that, oh, you may have cervical cancer because you can just touch the cervical walls and it would just bleed, nonstop. So they told me, okay, they're gonna, start me on chemo. And I told them no. I refused their diagnosis. And so that's when my God self had a whole conversation with me pretty much in the room. And I had to sit with myself once I got home and do that inner work on me and heal, because what I was holding on to was a lot of trauma and unforgiveness, and it was showing up in my body in the very areas where I had the issues. And once I learned to release that energy, 6 months later, when I go back to the doctor for them to do another biopsy, there's nothing wrong. I'm fine. And it's been
Y'all
over 30
celebrate her.
years.
Celebrate. Girl.
Look at
God.
so the power of rest is everything. And I just wanted to share that with you guys, that it is very, very important to release that energy, because it do hold in the body and wreak havoc on the body. So your body gonna tell you where the issue is. We just have to listen to it. I say and I yield, and thank you.
I say, yes, girl. Let's celebrate Empress, girl. I tell you. And I noticed not just my shoulders, because I've got other health issues with my shoulders, but I noticed that I would hold the stress, because it don't be not necessarily unforgiveness, but carrying in my shoulders, and then my stomach, and just feeling tired all the time, and then you forget to breathe right. And it wasn't until Pata came on the scene that I said, darn, I don't even know how to. I be trying to be conscious to breathe right, And that's a task by itself. But that's a form of release to, or, because another breathing technique is to breathe through your nose. And just that, doing that a few times right now, I felt the release of just, girl, let's celebrate you. Love and life, the stress. Because I ain't been stressed. I just had a lot going on. And that right there helped me a minute. So thank you. Thank you for sharing. Mama Gilda, come on down.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. My unforgiveness was a problem in my youth. And I've been coping with it through Christian churches ideology, I'm gonna call it. But I had to go through that to get to the point where I needed you. Your voice was more clearer in my mind to lead me to where I needed to go, to my God seat, to forgive myself for not being da 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 da, for not having da 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 da, for not for suffering through life, I call it. But I learned how to stand up for what I believe. If you don't have a foundation, where can you stand? So I stood up for myself in my God seat. I was enlightened by you in the 12 steps of sovereignty. And I'm currently still living those enlightenments. I'm living it now. I don't believe, I know. I know I am that I am. I know what I know. I know I have what I have. And I yield.
I say, I want to caution us about a thing that came to my mind, Mother Gilda, about using Jesus as a prop to do our dirt. Standing behind where the Lord will forgive me, gonna forgive me, so I'm gonna do it because I know the Lord will forgive me. That's been the attitude of most people in the churches. I know that's been mine. I figure if the Lord gonna forgive me, and they say 7 times 77 or whatever it is, and all that, my intention was to do right, but I knew that cushion was there, that I could use this phrase that Jesus will forgive me of my sin anyway, so I'd be all right to do whatever I want to do. And that's not the right attitude to have at all. And that's not the way in which the Spirit is supposed to work. Ashe. All right. Any more hands? Okay. Lady Dance son, girl.
I'm here.
You got some last words of wisdom before we get up out of here?
No.
You don't got no word for me. I got to have it.
Y'all done said it all.
Yeah.
You really have.
Yes, we have.
Yeah. And so I'm just grateful. That's all. Just grateful for the divinity to see it all at work, to see everybody rising and shining and giving their God the glory, right?
Right.
Ashe. I yield. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see. I like what you just said. Give me a second. I'll just go with this one. We just gonna do My favorite, I guess. Oh yeah, this one. All right. Well, as we close this session, the after party, I call it. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna be doing after party every time, y'all, okay? Because I got a lot going on, but when I can, I will. But in the meantime, y'all join us tomorrow. Get yourself in a good space tomorrow to sit and be ready to get rid of the baggage, okay? And that will help me out. So when I do your fourth step, you be already done dealt with it. All right.
The fair use disclaimer. We do not own the copyright to the music playing during this live broadcast. Section 107, United States Copyright Laws, 1976.
Thank you, sweetheart.
May I say it's for enlightenment and educational purposes only?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Love you, Lady Dancer, son. Love you, Bridget. Love all of you. Love, Pata. The world is shining, Miss Gelder, Mother Gelder. Come on.
I feel it in every breath I take. Golden skies are breaking through the gray. Your smile paints the morning in a brighter way. Every heartbeat is a shade of something true, and every breath in color leads me back to you. Every breath in color, painting up the air, red and gold and silver. Love is everywhere. Every breath in color, shining deep and wide. You're the rainbow living right here inside.
It's inside of our chakra, y'all. That's the rainbow.
Soft blue whispers where the daylight starts. Green of hope is growing in our hearts. Purple shadows fade as love pulls me through. Every breath in color sings because of you. No black and white, no faded line, only endless hues across our time. From the highest sun to the evening glow, your love's the canvas where my colors show. Painting up the air, red and gold and silver. Love is everywhere. Every breath in color, shining deep and wide. You're the rainbow living right here inside.
Inside of us, y'all. Let your rainbow shine. Because at the end of it is a pot of gold.
Breathing in your light, letting go of the pain.
Let it go.
Every breath in color, we'll call your name.
Ashe. All right. You all have a great rest of your day. Mama has circulated energies to you, and let it come. Don't let it come back void to me. All right.
Ashe.
Love and light to everybody.
Ashe. Love and
Ashe,
light.
love and light.
Love and
Love
light,
and
Mama
light.
Empress and Emperor. What
Love and
do
light.
do?
Empress,
Do.
love and light,
Thank you,
Empress.
Mama
Oh, what do
Empress.
do? What do do?
Oh, I do.
And why do?
Love and light, everyone.